Hey, everybody, and happy Saturday. Welcome to a very special edition of Coaching from the Couch. This is the NFL Draft 2021 edition of the show. That's why I greeted you all with the happy Saturday, because we normally do this thing on Thursdays. And you all are so awesome and amazing that we didn't do the show Thursday, but yet you are still here and meeting me on the CWall Sports and Entertainment Facebook page so that we can get into and dig really deep into the Washington football draft. The draft has concluded. Now, I absolutely want to get in depth with you all about what you're thinking about the draft overall, the draft picks. So I'm going to give you all a chance to get on in the room. I see a few people joining already. Aaron Smith. I see Tracy Holloway. Absolutely, as always, see Cameron Mingo. Waiting for a few others to join us so we can get going on this amazing Saturday in the DMV. I don't know where you all are located, but it's been an absolutely gorgeous day in Prince George's County. Absolutely gorgeous outside. So I'm going to wait for everybody to get on in the virtual room on this here Saturday. Got CWall team member Joy. She's actually in the building with me. Joy is here, but Joy will also, as always, be facilitating the chat. So make sure you all are commenting and getting your feedback and all of your commentary mentioned. Whew. It's been a long few days. But we're going to go ahead and get into it, you all. Go ahead and get into it. Like I said, I'm waiting for everyone to join. Everyone, make sure you say hello to my mom, who is always online, always listening to this sports thing. We're going to get it going. Listen, this show is dedicated to the Washington football team draft. So that is where we're going to focus. And so last year, we had a draft show, because the show is normally on Thursdays. So we had a show just before the draft kicked off, Thursday at 8. And then we followed up with a second show on Saturday as soon as the draft concluded. So this year, on Thursday, the Washington football team had an event at FedEx Field. Shout out to the Washington football team. It was very well done, well ran, safety protocols, top notch. So want to shout the team out for that. But so that's why we didn't do the show on Thursday. But we're all here now. I see Miss Debbie Snyder is on. Huge Washington football fan. One of the best to ever do it. So we all want to say hello to her and greet her. I see Arias is checking in. Listen, before we get into the Washington football team, because basically this is an all DMV DC sports show, I'm going to go ahead and real quick just shout out to the Wizards, because I just want everybody to know that this is the first time ever in history that I don't have to drag them yet again. So hopefully they just keep being positive and doing the right thing. So I just had to get that out because I thought that was important. Now, let's get into it. Washington football fans, make sure you are tagging your favorite Washington football fan, family, and friends, because we're going to definitely get into all of this very soon. So while I am listing out the 2021 draft class for the Washington football team, I want you all to comment with your overall reactions for this year's draft. I also want to mention we did trivia last year. We're going to do some trivia again. There's going to be trivia all throughout the show. So you want to be on point. Test your Washington football team knowledge. See what's up with that. So, the Washington football team, this year's draft class, we have linebacker Jamin Davis from Kentucky, Sam Cosmi, offensive tackle from Texas, Benjamin St. Juste, defensive back from Minnesota, De'Ami Brown, wide receiver from North Carolina, John Bates, tight end, Boise State, Derek Forrest, a safety from Cincinnati, Cameron Cheeseman is the long snapper from Michigan, William Bradley King, defensive end from Baylor, Shaka Toney, defensive end from Penn State, and with their last pick this year, the Washington football team took Dax Milne, wide receiver, BYU. I definitely want to hear what you all are thinking. What are you all thinking? How was this draft experience for you? How was it? Cameron, you're sharing that you like our picks, got a lot of speed on both ends. As I can see it, I'm good with this. It was clear that the team was drafting for need. Very clear that the team was drafting for need. And I'm good with that. Feels like the team was well aware of what the needs are, which is good. Because sometimes we don't know that and what they're thinking about. But as my god brother Ebo has just shared, the corner from Minnesota. The corner from Minnesota, that's Benjamin St. Juste. High, very high on him. I absolutely agree. He will contribute immediately. To Arias's question, we drafted a long snapper. Yep. Now that one, I was a bit shocked about myself. Like they drafted a long snapper. That was just, okay. There was a need because they did get rid of Nick Sudberg. They did let Nick walk. So, yes, there was a need. But I thought that was something that could have been covered, with an undrafted signing. But, hey, they wanted to go a different direction from Nick. And Ms. Debbie, I see your question. They wanted to go a different direction from Nick. So, we shall see. They went ahead and drafted the long snapper, so clearly they're in the when they went back and reviewed the tape, some of those missed kicks may not have been, all Dustin Hopkins' fault. So they have now drafted a new long snapper. We'll see how this works out. We shall see how it works out. So let's get into Jamin Davis. How do you all feel about that pick? We're going to go pick by pick. Ebo has already told us how he feels about Benjamin St. Juste. He's already let us know. But how are you all feeling about Jamin Davis? I know there was quite a bit of chatter when the team made that pick. It felt as though the team was just like it could have been, he was projected later for some. Right? He could have been a mid-round pick, so they felt like it was a reach. Others thought it was an amazing pick. Here's what Coach Ron Rivera said. And I see your comment, Jacob, best pick in the draft with Jamin Davis. Love your energy. Love your positive comment there. But here's what Coach Ron Rivera said about him. He said it's just a fit. Just a fit. And I see your comment, Ebo, that Jamin will start as soon as he learns the playbook. Here's what Ron Rivera says. He understands our culture, tremendous background, the kind of background I look for. Very smart, intelligent young man, plays the game at the right tempo. He understands what they do, and that will translate very well with how we do things. He's the kind of fit in terms of position flex. He can play all of our linebacker positions. He has the athletic ability. He's what you look for in a football player. And I see other comments here about Jamin being the best linebacker in the draft. And so a rise is definitely a position of need. 6'4" middle linebacker that can move, a military background. here's one thing that I want to share overall, right, about the draft picks. What I'm really feeling and what I was really sensing, you all, is the need to make sure that these players are a fit with the culture that is being built with this team. I think it's very, very important when we talk culture and we talk, because along with culture comes character. And I think that that is one of the things that this fan base should be excited and happy about, is that we have a front office that cares about character and cares about work ethic. These things are huge. And not only does the front office care, you all, the team cares. The leaders on this team they want to be of high character. They want to be of high integrity. And so I absolutely think that that is important for all of us to remember and understand as we're looking at these picks, whether it's from free agency perspective, the draft picks, those that will eventually be unsigned or undrafted signees. So keep those things in mind for certain. One thing that I also thought was interesting, did you all notice that the Washington football team didn't draft a quarterback? I want to know your thoughts on that, because there was so much talk about the potential of the team trading up to get a quarterback. Of course, the team, Ron Rivera was asked about that from the media on, whether or not they were going to, trade up. Of course, you think about it, but they said they chose patience. They chose wait and see. And if you notice, they didn't draft a quarterback at all, right? So what does that mean to you all? I see James is checking in. So they didn't end up drafting one. And so this might have been a shock to quite a few people. What does that mean? Does that mean the team wasn't really high on, on who was out there? Does it mean exactly what Joy has listed in the chat? Is that they trust what they have at quarterback? Hey, listen, it's not like they don't have three. They do have three on the roster. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick. They still got Kyle Allen and Taylor Heineke. So it's not like they don't have anybody on the roster in that role. But I did want to mention that because I think that's an important point, because it was so much chatter and conversation about it, that, hey, in terms of drafting for need, they clearly do not feel like that is a position of need right now. They have what they need. So I just wanted to mention that. I thought it was very, 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 very important. Very important. So let's see here. Let's see. Jamin Davis. Very interesting commentary from General Manager Martin Mayhew, where he says it was a situation where the grade matched up with the need, right? And I want to piggyback. He said he was going to piggyback off of what Ron Rivera said and others. The college areas guys did, and the coaches in all the meetings. So it was a collaboration with everybody. And this guy, meaning Jamin Davis, checked a whole bunch of boxes for us. Outstanding athlete, explosive athleticism, 11-foot broad jump, 42-inch vertical. He's 6'3.5". He's over 230 pounds. He ran under a 4.5 40-yard dash. All the physical attributes you want. Had great production last year, 100 tackles in 10 games. He just checks that box, and then he checks the box of being a great football character guy. He fits us, he fits what we're trying to do, and he fits our culture. So again, want to keep mentioning that culture. It's a big deal. It's a big thing. Again, there was some chatter that, hey, perhaps the Washington football team stretched a bit on this one. Maybe they took them too high, but seems like I'm getting the feel from you all. There's some excitement around this pick. Which is a great thing. You all have probably may have heard by now that two of the team's leaders, Chase Young and Jonathan Allen, soon as Jamin got here and he went to the park, they did take him out for dinner. So we already know he's getting the vibes. He's getting the leadership vibes. He's understanding what it's going to take to be a active contributor to this football team. And stuff like that, I think, is important. You all, I think it's important. I'm going to keep sharing it and keep telling you all about it because it's a huge thing. And I see my brother Matt join. I see Tim has joined. Definitely want to hear you all's thoughts about Jamin Davis and the rest of the draft picks as well as we continue to go down the list of draft picks. Here's a couple things from Jamin that I thought was very cool and wanted to share. Now that I've mentioned Chase Young and Jonathan Allen, Jamin was asked on getting the chance to play behind such a dominant defensive line. And his answer was this: it means the world to me. That was always something I looked forward to, was playing behind great guys and making sure that I'm having guys in practice and taking it with a full head of steam and just making sure that I'm all over the place to make plays with them. Also, on his favorite phrase. So one of his favorite phrases is, you can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic. Let me just tell you something, Jamin. That's a word right there. That's a word, and you're right. Because you can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic. But here's what he said about why that's one of his favorite phrases. He said, it was actually one of my rec league coaches way back in the day when I first started playing ball. It was something that just stuck with me because I was always an under the radar guy that never really got enough recognition or anything like that. I just always kept in the back of my mind that I was going to put in the work regardless of what was going on around me. I'm just going to keep letting the results speak for themselves. I think we got a good one, y'all. I think we absolutely have a good one. I think we absolutely have a good one and should be excited about it. Now, because we're talking about linebacker, right? So if we're talking about linebacker, I know a few of you. Is there anybody on here that wanted Micah Parsons? Because I know quite a few folks wanted Micah Parsons. You saw that Micah went to Dallas. So, hey, I guess we shall see who got the best linebacker. And quiet as kept, I think it's the Washington football team. I absolutely think it's the Washington football team. So, moving on to day two. Moving on to day two. I don't know, y'all. I mean, hey, it was good. Everybody's been solid. Here's what Ron Rivera had to say about the 3 picks from day 2. They now play for the Washington football team. I think each and every one of those guys is the right type of character fit first. I'm gonna keep telling y'all and keep listening. It's buzzwords. They're looking for that right character fit. First and foremost, at least we believe they are. We try to do our homework and background on these guys just to make sure we like who they are in terms of their athletic ability. They give us position flex. I know you guys know that's a big thing for me. So hint, hint, another big thing for Coach Ron Rivera is position flex. And he does like the potential of all the guys, he said, in terms of Sam Cosmi, Benjamin St. Juste, De'Ami Brown. They're all guys who can come in and contribute early and immediately. And that's exactly what Ebo was saying earlier. General Manager Martin Mayhew just shared that he would agree. All good football characteristics, guys. All good workers. All good football intelligence, guys. I think they all have that in common. I think our entire draft class right now has that in common. So I just really, really like that energy. Really like that energy. And it's something that is absolutely important and we all should feel that it is important for certain. So here's a bit about Sam Cosmi, offensive tackle that the team took at 51, right? So here's what Ron said about Cosmi. I want to know you all's thoughts on this one. I was kind of like, that's interesting. So we're going to put him out at left tackle and see how he does. That's what he did in college, and he played it very well in college. That's why we think he's a really good pick for us, because of what he does. He's going to get an opportunity to compete for us, and we'll see how he does. What do you all think about that? What do you all think about that? I really want to know you all, because left tackle, let's all be real, let's all be honest, we're still looking for a Trent Williams replacement. We are. It's the truth. And I'm just going to put it out there. I mean, it's the truth. So it's up front. Everybody knows Sam is coming in. They're looking at putting him at left tackle. He's going to get the opportunity to compete for that starting spot. Hey, is what it is. You know? So we'll just see we'll see what happens. But I think that's a very important point. I'm just going to keep talking about the important points and all of that and keep looking out and listening. Now, here's the other thing that I realized as well. It may not be that, obvious to some, but the team thought that the offensive line played very well last season. And I have to admit, I'm going to always go back to this point. And that point is this. The offensive line did have to protect 4 different quarterbacks throughout the season. That's no small task. So kudos to them. But we also understand and know why they were absolutely solid. They were. There's still room for improvement. And that left tackle role has not been stamped. It has not been stamped. And it needs to be stamped. So we'll see. Either way, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Going on to Benjamin St-Juste. We were talking about him a moment ago. Here's what Martin Mayhew said about him. So I think that this is very important. And what's up to Brandon Crawford? Absolutely go Washington for certain. For certain. Listen, Brandon, you are amongst friends here. You are amongst friends. Welcome to the CWall family, here where we talk all DMV and DC sports. And right now, you all are locked in and tuned in to the Washington football team special edition of Coaching from the Couch, the draft edition. And we're going through and talking about all of the draft picks from today. Want to say what's up to Chief of DC. I see you here as well, checking in. We're going through the picks from day 2. So we've already discussed Jamin a great deal. We've discussed who Sam Cosmi. Now we're getting ready to talk about Benjamin St-Juste. So here's what Martin Mayhew said about Benjamin that I really, really liked, okay? He said he really did a good job at the Senior Bowl. He caught my eye there. He runs well, uses his hands, uses his length very well. A lot of times you see big corners and they are not as aggressive at the line as they could be. This guy utilizes his length at the line of scrimmage, quick trigger against the run. He brings a lot to the table as far as his skill set and overall size. So our defensive coaches were very convinced about him and very excited about him to join us. I think that's huge. I think that's huge when you hear, hey, look, the coaches, the defensive coaches was like, that kid right there, we need him. Bring him in. Can't wait for him to join this defense. I thought that was very cool. Another thing that Ron Rivera said that I thought was awesome, one of the exciting things is his physical play, physical nature. It's a guy who will come up to the line of scrimmage, be physical, and tackle. Can we say that again? Can we say that again? I'm turning around and I look back at Jordan. Can we say that again? Can we say be physical and tackle? Amen. I appreciate who Benjamin is what Coach Rivera said. I think Benjamin brings a lot to the table, and it's going to be interesting when you get a chance to be able to talk to Benjamin. The word of the day is tackle. Please, thank you, appreciate it. Here's something else that I thought was very interesting, again, on if Benjamin can play both inside and outside, because that's an important point, everybody, if he can play inside and outside. And here's what Coach Rivera said. Coach Rivera said, well, I think the biggest thing, and not to get into specifics into what our attitude is going to be and the types of coverages we're going to play, Benjamin has a very good skill set. His physical traits are what you're looking for. He's the type of guy that you're going to match up on a bigger receiver. And because of that, the likelihood of him going inside to the slot is not as probable. He does have position flex, though. You look at him and you do see some of those free safety skill sets and those traits. I think the thing about what he does and the way he plays is he's got good quickness, sticks out physical at the line, jamming, rerouting. He gives us some flexibility and some of the stuff we want to call and the coverages we want to play. So did he answer the question? You never know. Because sometimes Rob Rivera will be like, he really didn't answer your question. He told you at the beginning of his answer, though, that he wasn't going to get into the specifics and the type of coverages. But I think as soon as he said that they're going to match up on a bigger receiver, I was like, okay. I see what you did there. I like it. I like it. Very promising. Let me just be very clear. I like all of it. I like all of it. The only thing where I had a question, and I know that we mentioned this earlier when Arias made the comment of they drafted a long snapper, I was like, okay. I do know that they needed one because they, had released Nick Sudberg, but not sure I would have drafted a long snapper. They did. It was a position in need. We're not going to act like we didn't need one because the Washington football team absolutely did. That's probably the only one that made me raise my eyebrows. But again, great kid. We're going to get to him in a moment. So far, so good. So far, so good, everybody. So far, so good. Dyami Brown at 82. Dyami Brown, the team took Dyami Brown, wide receiver, at 82. And here's a thing that he said about Dyami. And I saw a comment, perhaps it was Arias, mentioning that the team got a track team on offense. Was that Arias? Did I get that right, Joy? Okay, so that's true. And are you all excited about that? Let me know how you're feeling about the speed. That's awesome. And when was the last time this team had that amount of speed on offense? And I see your comment, Brandon. Yes, I'm with you. I like it. I do. All of it. I really do. Here's one thing that Ron Rivera said about Dyami, and I think it's important. I think the biggest thing when you look at it is his catches on contested footballs. I think I saw a stat that said it was very good. It was in the high 90 percentile. He's a guy who seems to come down with enough catches, a couple of concentration drops on some deep balls. But man, when he competed for it, he went out and got it. So how long have we been talking about making sure that that this team has receivers that can go up and make the play? Right? Go up and make the play. Go up and fight for the football. Can't just be Terry every week. Cannot just be Terry McLaurin every week. I like this. I really, really like it. Also, what Ron Rivera shared was, I like the way he runs his routes, gets off the line of scrimmage, and is able to stack the defender right away, and uses his speed to keep his body and keep the ball between himself and the defender. I see, Corey, you've joined us. This is exciting. This is exciting because the things that are being said about the players are things that the team, we all know it. We talk about this together every week, you guys, right? During the football season. These are the things that we know that the team is missing, and gaps in skill sets, right? Because where we might have had players, there were still some skill sets they were needed in some of these positions. And I really feel like this draft was to answer and get and close those holes. I think it's very, very important. Very important. I'm liking it. All in all, how y'all feeling? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? How are we grading the team so far? Let me know how you've graded the team so far when it comes to this draft. And I want to read those comments, and we're going to get to that as well. Next up on the list, Boise State tight end John Bates at number 124. John Bates, tight end. If we're looking at the tight end room right now, this is straight up competition, right? Straight up competition. Now, I want to share with folks when you heard them say on TV and compared him to Jeremy Sprinkle, you were like, wait a second, we just got rid of that guy. Hold on. Or now, well, I got rid of him, but he signed with the Dallas Cowboys. So I think it's important for us to be like, wait a minute, let us pray and hope that that's not what it is. That's kind of tough, Like, we didn't want to hear that one, but nonetheless, we wish Jeremy the best. But right now, the Washington football tight end room we got Logan Thomas, right? Samis Reyes, he just got here. Tamark Hemingway, now John Bates, Marcus Ball, Dylan Cantrell, Tyrone Swoops. Now, we know some of these will end up on the practice squad. We know not everyone will make the team, but there's going to be a competition. There's going to be a competition for certain. So we'll see. But John Bates is actually, I've been seeing some very positive remarks about John Bates. And I see Chris Thomas, I see your comment here that it's a fair comparison for him. And so, exactly, a fair comparison to Jeremy Sprinkle for John Bates. Absolutely. So I know some folks were alarmed when they saw that. But as you mentioned, Chris, could be very fair. Very fair. Here's what some of the media are sharing about John. Said that he's a long balanced athlete, efficient inline blocker, special teams ace. He has a track background, so we mentioned speed. We got some more speed there at that position. So we'll see. But we know it was a need. Again, drafting for need. Not necessarily so much of best available, but they're looking at the need and who's the right fit for this team. I thought it was big. Are we still here? Everybody check in. Washington football fans, check in. Are you checked in? And still to come is trivia. Because we're talking a lot about the new guys. We're gonna do some trivia too, because trivia is always a good time. And is John Adams on? Because John Adams said that he was going to win trivia this year. So we're going to see. We're going to see who's going to win. We're going to test your Washington football team knowledge when it comes to the draft. So I see, James, I see your comment that the team just picked up a free agent running back. And I think that was something that you mentioned earlier, right? Wasn't it, James? That you wanted to see the team pick up a running back in case Antonio Gibson gets hurt. So they're still very strategic in their eye is on where the team has needs. Where the team has needs. So that's always promising and great to hear. Great to hear. Day three, Cincinnati safety, Derek Forrest. The team picked up Derek Forrest at number 163. He was a senior captain. He completed his degree in 3.5 years. He's 5'11", 206 pounds, ran a 4.4 at his pro day, played all 49 games. That's good. That was good. That was really good. That was really good. Really good. And Cordell, I see your comment. We're going through the draft picks right now, but definitely we've acknowledged and talked through in previous episodes of the show about Brandon Sheriff and folks being worried about that, because that is definitely a topic to be watched and continuing to watch for certain. But Derek Forrest. Can we go back to ran a 4.4 at his pro day? Played all 49 games. Completed his degree in 3.5 years. Senior captain. I feel like that's important. I feel like that's another important point, because that goes back to the point of character. Someone who has demonstrated leadership amongst his teammates. Named a captain. I think it's awesome. I think it's absolutely awesome. Derek seems to take a lot of pride. He's always willing to play on special teams. Now, here's the thing, and I think we all know this, right? I think it was one of the reasons that has probably contributed to someone like a Cam Sims, his success, being able to still play on special teams. Being useful when you're trying to find your way, when you're trying to get your footing, and you're still very early in your career, being strong on special teams can help you keep your spot on the roster. So Derek is already contributed and already shared. This is somewhere where he is also strong. Not just on the defensive side of the ball, but on special teams. And as our sister Joy said, we still need help on special teams. Absolutely still need help on special teams. So again, this is an area again of need, right? Could be contributor on the defensive side of the ball and special teams ability. Great pick. I like it. We're just going to keep seeing what happens. Now, wasn't it kind of interesting today when you found out that Washington had traded? So Washington had traded with Philly. So Washington traded next year's 5th rounder to Philly for Philly's this year number 2, their 225th pick and 240. So I was like, oh, okay. Who do they want? Who are they going to pick at 225? They must really want somebody at 225. And boom, they picked Cameron Cheeseman, the long snapper. And that's when I said, wait a second. Okay. But hey, again, position of need. Seems to be a great kid. Looking forward to it. He's already shared with media that he applied to dental school and was actually accepted at both Michigan and Ohio State's dental school. That was his backup plan. Can we say second word of the day? Or maybe that's 3 words. I don't know. Phrase of the day. Backup plan. Okay? Because he said, hey, listen, this thing might not work out. And that's a very real thing. So I was very impressed to hear, wow, he had a plan. Hey, if I don't get drafted, nobody calls me, I'm going to dental school. I like his attitude. I really do. I like his attitude simply because of that. I thought it was very smart. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Rise. Thought that was a good thing. A great thing, actually. But hey, guess what? Part of the Washington football team now, fella. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. At 240, the Washington football team took Baylor defensive end William Bradley King. So William Bradley King had already shared with the media that he looks up to Montez Sweat and Chase Young. He models his game after them. Said that he's tried to take parts of Young's game and applied to his. He thinks they have similar playing styles. Of course, we're looking at a defensive, a depth pick right here. next pick as well at number 246, defensive end Shaka Tony. This is another one that I think this is, you know, depth signings. But the reality is when these guys can come in and mention and say, hey, I model my game after someone that plays on this team, I think it's huge, and I think we should be proud of that. Absolutely proud of that. And then we know to close out the draft with almost second to last pick of the draft with 258, Dax Milne, wide receiver from BYU. So another wide receiver is coming to the team and was drafted. So that's your rundown of the Washington football team's draft picks for 2021. I want everybody to comment and let me know what's your grade. I want to see the grade that you all are giving the Washington football team. What grade are you giving your favorite football team on how they did in this draft? What are you all thinking? And while you all are doing that, let's figure out Brandon Crawford. I know you like it. I know you absolutely like it. I love it. I know you absolutely like it and love it for certain. So Cameron Mingo was giving them a B. Chris Tom is giving them a solid A-. I'm liking the grades. Let's see. E-Rise gives them a B. They've got a B. All right, from E-Rise. Brandon Crawford, A+. A+. That's right, Brandon. Tim, I see you. You're giving them a B. I'm liking the grades. I'm liking the grades that you all are giving them. Joy is going to give them an A. Joy is going to give them an A. Listen. Faye is giving them an A+. They're filling needs. They're filling holes. They're filling gaps. Gotta be excited about that. Being strategic about who they're picking. They're caring about fit, character and culture fit. That is huge. Absolutely huge. So now we're going to go ahead, now that we've ran down all of the draft picks, who's ready for trivia? Who is ready for trivia? I'm trying to tell you, who's ready for trivia? Who is ready? Somebody's got to be ready. Are y'all ready? So let's just get going on the trivia. Are we all in for the trivia? Cordell, I see your comment, A. James Chisholm, I'm still reading off, B-. Got that. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Let's get it started. And I'm trying to ease into this. Okay? So, in the last 8 seasons, how many Washington players have earned Pro Bowl selections? In the last 8 seasons, how many players have earned a Pro Bowl selection? And go. What's your guess? In the last 8 seasons, how many? I'm going to wait for you all to comment. Cordell says 12. I'll read it again. In the last 8 seasons, Washington has had how many players earn a Pro Bowl selection? Cordell says 12. Cameron says 16. Who else? Uriah says 6. My line sister Tisa says 6. Joyce says 7. Y'all ready for the answer? Any more gonna come in? Any more? In the last 8 seasons, Washington has had Chris says 8. Washington has had 9 players. 9 players. So we're gonna build off of that. Okay, we're gonna build off of that question. Okay, in the last 8 seasons, Washington has had 9 players earn a Pro Bowl selection. The answer is 9. Okay, so can y'all name at least 8 of them? Let's see if you can get to 8. Can you name some? Or maybe we can say at least 5 of them. 8 is a lot. At least 5 of them. Can you name them? Can you name them? Can you name them? Got a little quiet. Can you name any? Well, we know one, right? We know one. We could all give one. Most recent, Chase Young. We know Chase Young is one, right? We got Chase. Who else? Come on, everybody. Y'all got this. Y'all got this. Chase Young, Tressway. Come on. Let's get it. Let's go. Y'all got this. I know y'all got this. Ryan Kerrigan. That's right. Tim got another one. So we got Chase Young, Tressway, Ryan Kerrigan. D Hall is before this time. He's not on the list. D Hall isn't on the list. Trent, absolutely. Trent, absolutely. Come on, y'all. We got some Alfred Morris, Ryan Kerrigan, Chase Young. Okay, that was some of the answers. Who else? Give y'all some more answers. Because you definitely, Chris got Alfred Morris. We had Ryan Kerrigan. We got Brandon Sheriff. It's still on there. Brian Arakpo. Yep. Jordan Reed. Kirk Cousins. Don't forget about Kirk. More trivia. We're gonna do some more. First round picks in the NFL draft currently on the Washington roster. I felt like this was a good one. Who are the first round picks in the NFL draft currently on the Washington roster? This is a good one. Y'all should be able to get this one. Currently on the roster. How many we got? First rounders, y'all. How many? Lamar has joined us. Absolutely. Name 2. Chase Young. Brandon Sheriff. Okay. Who else? Sweat. That's right. Montez Sweat. We got some more first rounders. Who else? That's good. Chase Young, Sweat, Allen, Payne, Sheriff. And guess what, y'all? I'm going to give y'all a hint. There's one more. Can you guess who it is? Y'all got it. But I'm going to give y'all the answer. Okay? I'm going to give y'all the answer to this one. The other player who was the first round pick that is currently on Washington's roster is one of our newest members of the team. That is William Jackson III. All right? That was good, right? That was good. I was like, oh, okay. I felt like I learned something new. That was exciting. I said, oh, okay. Let's see. Because some of these are hard. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Some of these, I was like, this is a little hard. Let me see. I'm trying to pick a good one. I'm trying to pick some good ones. So, this year, right, Washington picked at 19. They picked at 51. They picked at 74. They picked at 82. They picked at 124. They picked at 163. They picked at 244, 258. This is before they did all the other trades. But one of those numbers, Washington had never selected at that number, ever. So this year was the first time ever they picked at that number. Do y'all know what that is? So we're looking at 19, 51, 74, 82, 124, 163, 244, 258. Of course, this is not counting who they traded for or the picks they traded today. For today. Which one of these? Absolutely, this was their first time ever picking at this number. So Joy has already put in her guess at 244. She put in her guess. What other guesses do y'all have? What other guesses do you have? Take a guess. It's okay. You actually might be right. You never know. This one is a little hard too. Cameron said 230. Let's do it. You need me to read the numbers again? 19, 51, 74, 82, 124, 163, 244, 258. Chris guessed 163. What else we got going? Let me give y'all the answer. Damon is guessing 51. Never has the Washington football team ever picked at number 82 until this year. He's never selected 82nd overall until this year. It was first time ever. First time ever. Let us see. This is a little hard. Some of these are hard, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. Some of these are hard. So check this out. That's why I said, okay, give you an easy one. I'm trying. Some of these are hard. That's why I was just like, So let me check this one. Top 5. Washington's top 5 most drafted from schools of all time. Everybody getting quiet again? Top 5. Let's say top 3 out of the 5. 3 out of the 5. So we got a guess. We got Alabama as a guess. And that is 1. Miami is not on the list. Mike Lyles, you joining us for trivia. We've already gone through all of the draft picks. Top 5 most drafted from schools. Washington's top 5 most drafted from schools. This is interesting. Absolutely interesting to me. I see Joy done guessed again. Clemson. And I'm definitely double checking one of these. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like, y'all sure? But I got it from them. So, Virginia Tech, I see Damon's guessing again. Joy's guessing Baylor. Let me give y'all the answer. Y'all had one. Y'all had Alabama. Right? Alabama is one. Penn State, Nebraska, Notre Dame, and USC. These hard. I told you they were hard. I told you, I said, this is kind of hard. This one is hard to me. And it's so many notes, y'all. So many notes. So many notes. And let me just say this. So, can you all name, this is a good one. Can you all name the Ohio State heroes on the team right now? Let me make sure I got them all. I do. Who are the Ohio State heroes? That's what we're going to call them. The Ohio State heroes currently on the roster. Y'all got it. Name 3 of them. You can name 3. Y'all know 2. Ohio State. Y'all know at least. Listen, this should be an easy one. Now this is an easy one. 3 Ohio State heroes. Y'all got this one. Y'all got this one. Who is a Buckeye? It is on the Washington football team. All you need is 3. Y'all got this one. Y'all got this one. Check it out. Y'all got it. Y'all got this one. You have it. I mean, I'm not going to give y'all this one. We might have to sit here and quiet like we in school until somebody gets the answer. Because that is just how confident I am. Okay, James come on. Chase Young, Terry McLaurin. That's right, Cameron. You got the 3rd one. Curtis Samuel. That's right. You guys, you got 3. That's the easy one. Go Cameron. Go James. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm proud of all of you all. We're going to close this one out with this last question. And I'm going to run this one out because this one I enjoy this. It means a lot to me. So, drafted by Washington from the DMV. How many players on the current roster have a connection to the DMV area? How many players on the roster have some sort of connection to the DMV area? Either went to school. Joy is guessing there's 5. How many players? Either from or they went to school. Cameron is guessing 4. Because, see, we a DMV-based show, so we got to show love to our people. We got to show love to our home team anyway, but we do have some on the team that are either from this area or they went to school in this area. Because they might not be from here, but they also went to school here. So Joy said 5. Cameron said 4. This is the last one for the night. Last one. Special edition. The draft edition. How many? I'm sitting here. You can get a number out there. We got this, Washington football fans. I know we do. I know we absolutely do. Anybody gonna give another guess? Another one. I'm going to give you guys the answer. It's 7 players. 7 players. So that's Morgan Moses. His hometown is North Chesterfield, Virginia. He went to Virginia. Kendall Fuller, he's from Baltimore. He went to Virginia Tech. Jonathan Allen is from Ashburn. He went to Alabama, but he's from Ashburn. Greg Stroman is from Warrenton, Virginia. He went to VTech. Tim Settle went to VTech. He's from Manassas. Jimmy Moreland, though he is from Royal Palm Beach, Florida, he went to James Madison. And y'all know what it is. Chase Young is from Prince George's County, Upper Marlboro. Those are your 7 with the DMV connections. You all, thank you so very much for hanging out to talk Washington football draft picks. I sincerely hope you all enjoy yourselves. I know I enjoyed it. We've been at this thing for almost an hour, or maybe an hour, and that hour went by so fast, did it not? It definitely went by fast to me. Listen, you guys, keep being safe. Wear your mask. Shout out to all the essential workers. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys again next week.